finding our groove again. Welcome into week 8 of Friday Night Hits. I'm Mark Whiteman. That's Julia Morris. Thanks, as always, for joining us. We had a terrific game of the week tonight between Mountain View and Woodruff, but as Chase works to get us those highlights, we will get you that game in just a moment. And Julia, right now, just one of many, many games across our area tonight. That was absolutely incredible. Yeah, MVP and Woodruff both unbeaten. Gaffney, one of the 5 area teams, also undefeated. Mark, the Indians taking on Riverside tonight. Yeah, let's show you those highlights of a great game. Gaffney 5-0, 3 of those wins coming in overtime, including last week against Burns at Riverside. It was homecoming at Riverside. Congratulations there to the King and Queen. But look at this game, tied at 14 at halftime. That was Gaffney's first drive. What a play by So Mad Edie, making it look Edie on the INT. 82 yards all the way home to put Riverside ahead 21-14. Thank you. Gaffney responds with haste. Trayson Smith to the edge for the 30-yard score. We are tied at 21. What a game this was, right down to the wire into the fourth quarter. Gaffney's Jamarcus Smith. Kid's a big-time playmaker, and he does it again. The go-ahead score for Gaffney, and Gaffney keeps this perfect season intact, 28-21 over Riverside. What a finish there indeed. Landrum's outscored their opponents by an average of 35 during their 5-game win streak, hosting Clinton. Cardinals strike first. Aiden Kelly somehow, someway squeezes through. Touchdown Landrum, 7-0 Cardinals. Clinton with the ball, trailing 10-7. Javen Cook behind the blockers, picking up some snacks for the fellas from the corner store, and more where that came from on a big night for the Red Devils. DJ Clark, yeah, there you go. Got the branding in the show. And right on down Main Street, DJ Clark, an explosive night for the Devils. They get a 56-22 win over Landrum. All right, so Fountain Inn has got it going on. The Fury already have more wins this year, Julia, than their first 2 seasons combined. Yeah, they're having a fantastic season, but tonight they face perhaps their toughest test of the season so far, taking on a Westside team, Mark, that is 5-0 on the year. Westside averaging a whopping 46 points a game this season. Look at those guys. They're ready to go. Up big already, 28-0 in the third. That dynamic offense on display. Cutter Woods, South Carolina commit, connecting with MJ Lee there, puts Westside up 35-0. In the fourth, Fountain Inn gets on the board. Aiden Burton with a touchdown there. But on the ensuing kick, Westside right back to business. Drayson Evans, he would not go down. Watch this. Beats the defender there. A couple others try to get him. They can't get him either. He goes all the way 90 yards for a score. Westside stays unbeaten, 49-19. 6-0, Seneca already has more wins this season than last year. Bobcats at Dooley Field taking on Greer, who has won 3 straight since starting the season 0-3. And the Yellow Jackets looking impressive early. Nick Holmes, a big reason why. Look at the moves. First touchdown of the game puts Greer up 7-3. And in the second quarter, it's Holmes again. He's going to take it in for another Yellow Jackets touchdown, and Greer hands Seneca its first loss of the season, 21-13. Mark, Wren was unbeaten in region play entering its matchup tonight against Lawrence. Yeah, the Raiders picked up their first win under head coach Greg Porter last week, but a big test against this tough Hurricanes defense, giving up less than 7 points a game in their 4 wins. Wren running hot early, opening drive. Colton Bagwell taking it to go, 53 yards for 6. And this was a terrific tribute. They took a knee on the extra point try to stay at 6 and honor their teammate, number 6, Isaac Wigginton, still fighting hard in the hospital nearly a month after his car accident. Our thoughts and prayers are with Wren and the entire Hurricanes family there. Lawrence on the move. Will Thompson connecting with Marquise Copeland. Nice conversion, but Wren's defense dialed in. They do it again. Tyler Morgan comes up with the sack, and the Hurricanes get a 55-3 win over the Raiders. The Pickens Blue Flame flickering again. Their first game since September 20th, hosting Daniel. Lions came to ball. Grayson Clary connects with Elijah Lipsy, who was all by his lonesome, skates in for 6. Next drive, Clary finding Quint Cumby, and the Lions, they're lighting up the scoreboard early. Big win for Daniel. They're now 5-1 this fall, and they get a 59-7 win over Pickens. Absolutely dominant. BHB is one of the best offenses in the state so far, Julia, speaking of dominant. Yeah, the Bears averaging 44 points a game, Mark, in their last 3 games, with running back Marquise Henderson, of course, leading the way. Bears hosting Crescent in this one, up 14-0 in the first, but here comes Crescent. Darius Latimer finding a nice hole there, cruising on down the field. 30-yard score, 1 touchdown ball game. But BHP answers quickly on the kickoff after Crescent's touchdown. It's KJ Miles.
He's going to take it back 64 yards for a score. There you go. Bears up 21-7. And in the second little special teams play after the block punt, BHP's Ty Dubose scoops and scores. BHP wins big 48-21. Blue Ridge looking to snap a 3-game losing streak. Tigers hosting Travelers Rest, a team that has also struggled this season. Devil Dogs seeking their first win since their season opener. Tigers are up 8 in the second quarter, adding to that lead with a short run into the end zone there by KB Henderson. And that Blue Ridge defense also making things difficult for TR. Colton Klaus gets to Devil Dogs quarterback Brody Pittman for the sack there. And then in the final minute before halftime, Blue Ridge adds one more touchdown. Check it out. Gavin Forrester putting it on the money to Ja'Cory Dodd. It's a 62-yard touchdown. That was the first play of the Tigers' drive right there. Pretty clutch. Awesome. Blue Ridge back on the winning end with a 41-20 victory.
Bringing home that jug.
Well, we've reached halftime on Friday Night Hits.
Yeah, we've got many more highlights coming up, including our play of the week and, of course, our game of the week. But first, let's get you set up for our second half with Mic'd Up tonight with Boiling Springs head coach Matt Reel.
God, I need everything you got tonight. You hear me? Everything you got. This has been 3 years culminating to get to this exact moment right now for you to take what's yours. You got me? I'd be uncommon with effort, with discipline, with how you play the game tonight and go get what's yours. They're not going to give it to you. They're a good football team. You're in their house. It doesn't matter how, find a way. Pretty, ugly, I don't care, find a way. Tonight is one of those nights, man, that don't come along very often. You got me? Play to our standard, play Bulldog football, and get the job done tonight. I love every one of you. I'm proud of you. Go freaking get the job done. Let's go.
All right, welcome back. Well, while most of our area teams got back on track last week in the aftermath of Helene, Julia, for the Woodruff Wolverines, it's been 28 days between games.
Yeah, Mark, head coach Brett Sloan told me this week that it's really been like his team's had another off season, but they finally got back on the field tonight, taking on Mountain View Prep in a battle of unbeatens. Chase Justice at Newberry College with our game of the week.
Just 5 upstate schools entered Week 8 with an undefeated record. 2 of them putting it to the test down the road at Newberry College. The Mountain View Prep Stars hosting the Woodruff Wolverines. The winner gets the inside track in the 3A Region 3 crown. Both teams would trade field goals early in this one, making it a 3-3 game. Mountain View Prep on the move. Jalen McGill caps off the long drive with a 2-yard touchdown run. Stars take a 10-3 lead. Woodruff may not have played in 4 weeks due to Hurricane Helene, but you couldn't tell from the effort they put on the field on Friday. Aiden Gibson, 80 yards on the swing pass. Wolverines find pay dirt. We're all tied up at 10 all. Second half now, MVP up by 14 after another touchdown by Jalen McGill. But Bryson Drummond's going to want this play back. That fumble puts points on the board for Woodruff. Jordan Hood scoops and scores, making it a one-possession game, 24-17. The Wolverines would make this game close late, but Katie Hainsworth would call game in the fourth quarter. The 82-yard highlight reel catch puts this one out of reach. Final score, 40-38.
I learned that we'll fight. I learned that we'll be able to finish. We've reached consistency. We want to be able to finish. We had a lot of kids step up in big moments from different positions that we had to be in to where they were at. Just super proud of them. The coaching staff did a phenomenal job tonight. You win a game like this, that's big time.
The Stars will turn around for a grudge match against the Broome Centurions, while the Woodruff Wolverines will turn their attention to a road date with the Chapman Panthers. Reporting in Newberry, I'm Chase Justice, WYFF News 4 Sports.
Chase, thank you. What a game, what a win for MVP. Stays undefeated on the season. Spartanburg and Boiling Springs are 2 of the top defenses in the state. Both have just 1 loss so far this year. First quarter, Spartanburg going play action fake and finding Justin Rice. Big time conversion there, 18 yards and a first down. A couple of plays later, inside the 10, Trey Burke hooking up on the screen with Calvin Choice. He gets into the end zone, makes it 14-0 Spartanburg. And the Vikings, they were doing their thing on this night. They block a punt, take it back for another touchdown by Calvin Choice, and the Vikings get a 27-7 win. Let's keep it rolling on week 8 of Friday Night Hits. They're doing it big down in Due West. The Dixie Hornets are 5-1 this year. That first loss coming last week against Whitmire, trying to get back on the winning end tonight against Ware Shoals. Led 21-14 at halftime, third quarter on the doorstep. Gabe Cade fighting his way in from 5 yards out. Dixie goes up by 14, and that's the final score on this night as the Hornets get to 6-1 with a 28-14 win over Ware Shoals.
Burns is coming off a heartbreaking loss to Gaffney in double overtime last week. The Rebels have only given up more than 20 points in one game this season, but they faced an Eastside team tonight that hasn't given up more than 13 points in a game. Those defenses both showing up in this one. Scoreless after the first quarter. In the second, Burns gets something going. Zy Landrum to Elijah Clark, who makes a fantastic catch there. That sets up Landrum hitting Kaylin McDowell for the only touchdown of the first half, and Burns goes on to win 28-9. Really cool shot here by our photojournalist Josh Strickland under the lights of the Union County Fair. How about that? The Yellow Jackets hosting Chapman. First quarter, Union's Noah Tucker takes the snap, runs to the outside. He's in for a 20-yard score. Union's up 7, but Chapman doesn't take long to respond. Still in the first, it's Chanson Mickles. He powers his way in for a touchdown, ties the game, and the Panthers rolling with some momentum. Josiah Moore. Sounds like more points for Chapman. Panthers win 35-13. Top 15 matchup in 3A. Powdersville hosting Palmetto. Second quarter, Patriots up 26-7, but Palmetto cutting into that lead. Cohen right for a score. Mustangs down 12, but later in the quarter, the Patriots punch back. Keegan Reed scoring there, and Powdersville comes out on top in this one, 39-29.
Abbeville playing its first home game tonight in 6 weeks, hosting Whitmire. The winner gets to 2-0 in Region 1, 1A, and it's Abbeville well on their way to another region win by the time that we arrive, leading 27-0. Darius Riley with a huge lane, sheds a tackler, takes it all the way down to the 4-yard line, a gain of 43. Got him down there. You got to let him finish the deal. And he does. Very next play, Riley into the end zone. 34-0 Abbeville. At that point, they get a 59-0 win over Whitmire. Walhalla snapped a 3-game skid last week with a win over Pendleton. They made the hour drive tonight to Berea, and Walhalla led 35-0 late in the half. Bulldogs driving, but the pass sails, and Silas Parrish with our Tuck and Howell play of the week hauls it in one-handed. He's got a lot of green grass ahead of him and a 67-yard pick six. Woo Pig, Walhalla 49-7. What a night of high school football all across our area, Julia.
What a night. It's been so fun. We had Thursday night games, Friday night games, and next week we have Tuesday games, Saturday games, so action-packed. Gotta love all the extra high school football we're getting in.
High school football coming at you just about every night of the week from here on out. That'll do it for week 8 of Friday Night Hits. For Julia and Chase and our entire hard-working crew, thanks as always for joining us. We'll see you next week, same time, same place. Enjoy your weekend.